Prologue. The unseen gift of failure. Every great success story begins the same way, with failure. Not the kind of failure you post about on social media. Not the kind that wins sympathy or applause. I'm talking about the raw, gut-wrenching kind of failure, the kind that makes you question your worth, that knocks the wind out of you, that makes you wonder if you're even on the right path. Here's the truth most people never realize. Failure isn't the end of the road, it's the beginning of a new one. This story isn't about avoiding setbacks. It's about a young man who discovered how to turn them into fuel. His name is Ethan Cole. Chapter 1. The Dreamer from Chicago. Ethan grew up in a small neighborhood on the south side of Chicago. From the time he was little, he had a big dream: to play college basketball and maybe, just maybe, go pro. He practiced for hours on the cracked pavement behind his apartment. He wasn't the tallest, the fastest, or the strongest, but he had heart. By high school, people started noticing. That kid's got hustle, they'd say. But hustle alone doesn't guarantee success. Chapter 2. The First Big Fall. Senior year was supposed to be Ethan's moment. Scouts were watching, coaches were calling, and colleges were sending letters. Then it happened. One cold January night, in the middle of a big game, Ethan came down wrong on his ankle. The sound of the pop echoed louder than the cheers in the gym. Torn ligaments. Season over. Scholarship offers disappeared like smoke. And just like that, the dream was gone. Ethan sat in his room for weeks, staring at the ceiling. "Why me?" he whispered. "Why now?" Chapter 3. The Spiral. Without basketball, Ethan felt empty. His grades slipped. His friends moved on. The neighborhood kids who once looked up to him now barely noticed. One night, his coach stopped by. He didn't lecture. He just said, "Ethan, you can let this break you, or you can let it build you. Your choice." Those words stung, but they stuck. Chapter 4. A New Direction. Ethan started small. He couldn't play full-court basketball yet, but he could help. He volunteered at his old gym, training younger kids. He discovered something surprising. He loved teaching. Every drill, every word of encouragement, every small victory for those kids reignited something inside him. Failure had taken away his path, but it had also revealed another. Chapter 5. The Second Chance. While working with the kids, Ethan decided to go back to school, not for basketball, but for sports science. He wanted to understand the body, injuries, recovery. He wanted to help others avoid what he went through. The same injury that ended his playing career became the spark for his new mission. Chapter 6. More setbacks, more lessons. But the road wasn't smooth. Ethan struggled in college at first. He wasn't a natural student. He failed his first anatomy exam. Old thoughts crept back. Maybe I'm just not good enough. But this time, instead of quitting, he remembered, failure is fuel. He stayed after class. He asked questions. He studied harder than ever. Slowly, the grades turned around. Chapter 7: Building Something Bigger. By the time Ethan graduated, he wasn't just a student, he was a mentor. He opened a small training center in his neighborhood, focused on athletes recovering from injuries. At first, hardly anyone showed up. Money was tight. His friends told him to quit and get a real job. But Ethan had been here before. He knew how to turn setbacks into stepping stones. He kept going. One client became 2. 2 became 10. Word spread. Ethan didn't just train bodies, he rebuilt confidence. Chapter 8: The Breakthrough. Years later, a young athlete walked into Ethan's gym. He had just torn his ACL and thought his career was over. Ethan looked at him and saw himself, sitting in that high school locker room years ago, broken and lost. He told the kid, "I know what this feels like. But trust me, this isn't the end. It's the start of something bigger." That kid went on to recover, play college ball, and later thank Ethan in front of an entire arena. The crowd cheered, not for Ethan's past, but for the way he turned his pain into purpose. Chapter 9: The Lesson. Ethan's story isn't about basketball. It's about life. Setbacks will come. Dreams will shatter. Plans will fall apart. But every failure holds a hidden gift, if you're willing to look for it. Failure can crush you, or it can carve you into something stronger. It can bury you, or it can plant you. The difference is in how you choose to respond. Epilogue. Turning your failure into fuel. As Ethan stood in his gym years later, watching the next generation of kids run drills, he finally understood. That injury years ago didn't ruin his life. It redirected it. Failure had been the very thing that gave him purpose. And now, the question is for you, the listener. What will you do with your failures? Will you let them define you? Or will you let them fuel you? Because the truth is, every setback can become a stepping stone, if you choose to keep climbing.